Hello and welcome to day 8 of the 13 days of YULE-O-WEEN. I want to be transparent. I am refilming this intro because I completely decided to change up what I was going to be reading for this video. Originally, I was going to do the new Rebecca Ross Wild Reverence, but I wanted to lean more into the spookiness of YULE-O-WEEN, which is part of the reason why I created it, and I'm going to be reading Bad Cree instead. This is something that I think I talked about in my first video for YULE-O-WEEN that was on my TBR. Possibly, or a few later. This is very wintry. It's horror, grief horror, and it has to do with a Cree woman named Mackenzie, and she keeps having these dreams haunting her, and they start involving her sister's death. Her sister has already died. She doesn't think that this is just a guilt dream because she keeps waking up feeling like she's holding a crow's head or a branch, something that's in her dreams, and then is there for a split second and is gone when she wakes up. And she is trying to figure out what is going on because these dreams keep getting worse and worse. And she starts getting text messages from someone who is claiming to be her sister. It explores generational trauma, loss, violence, and it's all done through a horror narrative, which is one of my favorite ways to explore these types of things. I think that it is a very good medium for that. So we're going to be reading Bad Cree. It's set in, I believe, in Canada in the winter, and it's very wintry, very horror-y. I know that's probably not a word, and I'm really excited to start this. So we're going to be reading that. Going back to the next clip that you're going to see, it is from yesterday because I did start my video yesterday, and I just wanted to let you know the timeline a little bit. And I started this like halfway through the day because I want to be able to get this out to you guys and have enough content for you. And I'm going to a concert tonight, which will be in tomorrow's vlog, so I need to kind of split things up. That's how I was doing it at the beginning, and then stuff got turned around and I ended up filming, editing, and posting all in the same day, which is really rough. So we're reading Bad Cree. We're talking about chronic illness stuff. We're just having a really chatty vlog. Tomorrow is Yule, the start of Yule, so that's very exciting for me. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Okay, so I have not yet started reading. I have started editing yesterday's video, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my chronic illness. If you're curious, if not, I'll put a timestamp as to when I stop talking about it, because I am going to probably show you how I draw up my medication. I'm not going to show myself injecting it, so I will put a timestamp if you don't like needles. But I thought it'd be fun, interesting to tell you a little bit about it because it's a pretty rare disease. I have a genetic condition called hypophosphatasia. This is something that's known as like the soft bones disease because it makes your body not be able to access the B6 in your blood. I can eat B6 and I can take B6 supplements, but without this medication, this enzyme replacement, I cannot metabolize it, which creates a whole host of problems. My chimichangas are done. Which creates a whole host of problems, including issues with bones breaking easily, problems with teeth, things can happen with your eyes, your brain needs B6 very badly, your kidneys need B6. So this is, I don't have it as severely as like kids that are diagnosed really young, which is probably why it got missed until I was in my 30s. But these are the medications. They're the same thing. I have to do 2 injections per day, 6 days a week. I don't know anyone else with this, and I feel like I still don't know much about it. I see a geneticist, but it's a children's geneticist because there's not an adult one that deals with this, or there might not be an adult geneticist that would see me. I don't know. They sent me to a child geneticist. He's great, but yeah. I'm going to show you how, I might show you how I draw things up. I might cut that part completely. But if anyone else is chronically ill, sound off in the comments. I would love to have some solidarity because I got told for years I had fibromyalgia, I needed to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. I lost 100 pounds, still had problems, and have had issues with my bones and my joints and pain and all of this for years. And it took way, way, way too long to get it diagnosed. But I am so thankful for my geneticist and everyone who led me to my geneticist and my geneticist nurses and all of that. So I figured I would be transparent about having a chronic illness because I want other people to not feel alone. So I'm going to show you how I draw up my medication because I have to switch the needles. I draw up with a bigger needle because it's a thick medication, and then to inject I use a much smaller one. So I'll show you how I do that. Okay, please, please, please. I know this is becoming a catchphrase. Please ignore my hair. I have started on Bad Cree. First impressions. This book really hits the ground running as far as not action, but as far as the storyline goes, which I really love. The first couple paragraphs are really, really eye-catching. So I'm really liking that aspect of it. You really get in the head of Mackenzie, the main character, and her fears. It does have some like flashbacks to when they were children. And I really enjoy that part too, because it shows that this is, you know, a storyline that doesn't just start after her sister dies as an adult. It's really going through like their entire lives, as far as I know. I don't know, I'm only a few chapters in. But I'm really liking Jessica John's writing. I don't know if she's written anything else, but this is my first time encountering Jessica John's. And yeah, it's very atmospheric. I feel like I'm out there in the cold in Canada with her. I am cold in my house too, because we have had kind of a drop in temperature. So I have just like holiday eggnog that I got from Aldi, and I put it in my coffee, and I'm actually drinking warm coffee, which as a queer person, that's not something I normally do, but it's really good with the eggnog. And yeah, I'm just enjoying this slow day before we go to the concert later. I guess I would say I'm an introvert, but I'm also just the type of person, because I'm neurodivergent, any sort of social situation, I like get anxious before I have to do it. I'm like, well, I just really don't want to go. But this concert that we're going to, so Matt and our friend that passed away, they were going to go to this concert possibly. So my friends, Matt and a couple of other people that knew our friend are going as a tribute, and it's also a band that I'm interested in. I hadn't listened to them before, but it's called Chimera, and it's right up my alley. So I'm really excited to go to that concert, but I'm also kind of flaring and not feeling my best today. So I'm just going to try and rally later. But I'm really excited to be able to go and kind of experience this. And I think he would love that we're all going together. So I think it'll be a really great like tribute to him. And I also just seeing live music is fun. I won't be drinking or anything, especially because the alcohol prices are exorbitant. And it's just not interested in it. I'm getting old and I'm chronically ill, and I don't know how much I'm going to be able to be out tonight without being so tired. I might try to take a nap beforehand. I sound so old. It is what it is. I do want to get through some more of this. I do think most of my reading of it is probably going to be tomorrow, and if I don't finish it tomorrow, the next day. And then we're going to probably finish YULE-O-WEEN with good spirits once I'm done with Bad Cree. And then I'm going to probably slow down, and I'm probably going to read some stuff before the end of the year, but I'm not going to like force myself to finish another book after those ones. I'm really reading these just for the season and for fun, and I've been meaning to read Bad Cree for a while. So that's the only update I have so far. I'm taking it kind of slow. I'm doing some editing. I've been playing Town to City, been watching YouTube, and just kind of enjoying Saturday while I can. And yeah. I'm going to drink some more of my coffee, I'm going to read some more Bad Cree, and I will catch up with you very, very, very soon. This book, it has me sobbing because she's talking about grief, and I just wanted to say a line that I feel like kind of encapsulates what it feels like to lose somebody suddenly. Okay, I'm gonna try and get through this. We had her forever and only a minute. She was alive, full, present, and then she shapeshifted into nothing. There was no measure of time that made it make sense. And that's really true. It's still early, but I know 5 years from now it's gonna still feel like things don't make sense, that he should be here, because he should. I'm not gonna make this a super sad video, but whew, that just really, really hit me. Jessica Johns she's masterful in her writing, and she's able to articulate things that someone who might be going through grief might not be able to articulate. I think if you have experienced grief recently or ever so far, this could go downhill, but even if every other part of this story, this book, was horrible, as like something happened and the writing did a 180, I would still say read it, because just her exploration of grief is profound and beautiful and sad and really good and really important. I'm still very early into the book, but I feel like this is going to be one of my favorites, possibly an all-time favorite. We'll see. But yeah, I underlined it and I put a tab because I want to come back to that. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading and I'll talk to you probably once I'm ready for the video to be finished for the day. So sorry to bring you down, but I'm gonna continue reading. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I really did not expect that chapter to hit me that hard. I swear I've left this room. I've just done most of my reading in here today, and I think this is all I'm going to talk about in this vlog for this book. I have made it, I think the chapters are in the Cree language, so I don't know what chapter it is. It doesn't really matter. I'm on page 45. I love this book so far. I love the way it's structured. I love Jessica Johns' writing. I love the things that she explores, grief and loss, and also feeling like your world is a little bit off kilter and not knowing if it truly is, or if it's something in your head, or if those are two different things at all. I didn't mean for this to be like a video that made anyone sad or anything. I just wanted to kind of be candid and open about my life and how the things that I read affect me, and I think it's the mark of a very good author that can do that to you and for you, and maybe, like I said before, articulate things that maybe you aren't able to articulate yourself. Now that I've cried off all of my mascara, I am going to be starting the next vlog like right after this one. I'm going to be going to a concert tonight. If I'm being truly honest, my chronic illness is flaring really bad, and I'm worried I won't be able to stay the whole time, but even if I'm not able to, I want to at least make the effort to go for a bit. It's pretty far away. It's about an hour from us, but Matt's going to be driving, and we're just going to kind of play it by ear, and, you know, enjoy what we can when we can. And if anyone else is chronically ill, they know sometimes like best laid plans don't always work out. So, but I am going to go and try to take breaks and, you know, just try to enjoy myself as much as I can. But that's going to be it for this vlog. I'm going to be reading this again tomorrow in the next vlog, so stay tuned for that. I don't think we have anything planned, so maybe I will finish that tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's a pretty short book. It is about a little bit over 250 pages. So I really want to take my time with it, and I've been annotating some things, but I also know that I might devour this book tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't bring you down too much, and let me know if you have read this book, what you think about it, what you're reading right now, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoy, like and comment, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Bye.